10 European Union countries have urged Brussels to immediately end all imports of Russian gas, both pipe and liquefied. The joint statement was signed by Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Denmark, the Czech Republic, Poland, Romania, Sweden, Ireland and Finland.
As an end goal, it is necessary to ban the import of Russian gas and LNG at the earliest date possible. An alternative to the full ban could be to gradually reduce the use of Russian gas and LNG, as has also already been set out in the RePowerEU roadmap, from a joint document by the 10 EU countries, reports Reuters.
The EU's RePowerEU strategy aims to completely phase out Russian gas by 2027. This will be achieved by diversifying suppliers and expanding the use of renewable energy. However, the signatories of the document demand an accelerated timeline for this process. Since the start of 2025, Russian gas volumes on the European market have decreased, primarily because Ukraine halted its gas transit. As a result, the EU lost nearly 5% of its gas supply. According to Bloomberg, as of mid-January, EU gas storage facilities are approximately 70% full, 16% lower than the same period last year. Nevertheless, analysts believe these reserves are sufficient for the bloc to get through the winter without significant risks. Over recent years, EU countries have modernized their gas transmission networks.
Сейчас получить природный газ.
There are currently no significant problems with gas availability anywhere in Europe. This is because over the last decade, Europe has invested heavily in building interconnectors, pipelines linking the gas networks of different countries, to allow for the redistribution of gas supplies as needed.
The halt of Russian gas transit through Ukraine has not caused significant disruptions for either Ukraine or the EU. This is reflected in the relatively stable fuel prices. However, Ukraine is said to lose approximately $800 million annually in transit fees, the Reuters agency calculated, while Russia's Gazprom is expected to lose over $5 billion per year. The White House estimates Moscow's losses to be even higher, around $6.5 billion annually.
From the start of the war, our position has been clear. The Kremlin must be deprived of the resources it uses to fund this war. Ukraine's stance on this issue has been consistent. Over the years, European countries have found ways to diversify their energy supplies and ensure security and independence for their citizens. Only two countries have failed to do so. Perhaps it's because they didn't even try.
When discussing the two countries, Georgi Tichy referred to Hungary and Slovakia. Hungary continues to import gas, including from Russia, via pipelines from Turkey. Bratislava, meanwhile, is making the most active efforts to resist the cessation of gas transit. Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico even traveled to Russia to meet with Putin and discuss the gas issue. According to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, the main problem lies in Fico's betting on Moscow rather than prioritizing his own country, a united Europe and common sense. Now, Slovakia's Prime Minister faces the threat of impeachment, with the opposition planning to initiate a no-confidence vote against him.
Та же самая Словакия, да.
The same Slovakia, yes, it probably suffered the most, if we can talk about it in that way. However, they still have the infrastructure to source gas from Central and Western Europe. The issue is the cost, which has remained relatively stable despite the transit interruption.
Further restrictions on Russia's ability to export gas to Europe could be part of the EU's 16th sanctions package. Brussels plans to introduce new measures against the aggressor state on February 24th, marking the third anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Reported by Katerina Bastun, Valeria Nikipelova, UATV News.